I really can't believe I'm filming this video right now. Alright, so as you can see from the title of this video, we are doing this. Today I'm going to be mixing together all of my foundations. I've seen a few of these videos so far and everyone's mixing their foundations in like a cute little petri dish. We've got a huge ass bowl, folks. This is like the type of bowl I make my Red Lobster cheesy biscuits in. This video idea was started by Sophia Nygaard. She was the first one who did this, and it's been kind of going around the YouTube world since then. I love Sophia's channel. She's a video genius and she's just hilarious and seems like a cool girl. So if you're not subscribed to her channel, I'm gonna leave Sophia's video down below. I actually was pretty set on not doing this video because of the ridiculous amount of foundations that I do have. As it's been kind of making its rounds, I'm kind of curious, and also a shit ton of you guys have been asking for this video. Give the people what they want. So I actually have zero idea how many foundations exactly I own. I'm gonna take a guess. You guys should take a guess in the comments down below. I know I have 5 pretty large containers, and I'm gonna guess that there's about 30 in each one. I'm gonna say I have 147. That sounds like a good number to me. Leave your guesses in the comments down below, but I actually have about 40 more foundations that I haven't reviewed yet, so I'm not including those in this video. These are just the ones that I have already opened and tried. So if you're excited for this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And if you're wondering why I have hundreds of foundations, 1, I have a foundation addiction problem. 2, I do Foundation Friday on my channel every single Friday. I also do a series called 15 Days of Foundation, which is a series where I review 15 foundations in a row. So if I didn't do YouTube, I obviously don't think I would have hundreds of foundations. Hopefully. So most of these foundations I get to review for you guys, and even if I don't like a foundation, I still keep it. And I have a couple bins of foundations that I think are pure shit, so don't think every single foundation that I'm putting in this concoction is one that I recommend, because it's definitely not. You can search the Tela in the name of any of these foundations pretty much, and a review video should pop up. But I do keep most of the foundations that I don't like. Some of them I'll donate, but most of them I keep for the sake of mentioning in other videos, trying out again, mixing with stuff, swatching, that kind of thing. By the way, this is not a piece of food. It's a very well-made Romway $5 shirt, and they just decided to stick a piece of flour right there. Let's do this. I had oatmeal for breakfast. I feel pumped. I feel ready to go, ready to do some mixing for a couple hours. I have no idea how long this is gonna take me. I'm gonna insert the time right when we start so we can see how long it does take me. Let's go mix, and then I'll be back right here to put this thing on my face. I'm gonna try and put in about the same amount of each product. I also have some foundations that I have a few different shades in. The challenge is mixing all the foundations you own, so that's what I'm gonna do. I think the final concoction might be a little bit interesting, because I would say about 1/3 of these I totally despise. No idea what this shade is gonna turn out like. Some of these foundations are too light for me, some of them are way, way, way too dark for me, but I'm gonna show you guys putting on this mixture and wearing it throughout the day. So if you watch my videos, you know I actually really enjoy mixing foundations. It's very difficult to find one foundation that does everything for you that you need it to and is the exact right shade. So in most cases, I usually mix foundations to make them perfect for my skin. It's really fun to kind of experiment with and play around with. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on that. My favorite foundation cocktails, I've been mentioning that for a while, but I still want to do that video. I think it'd be really fun. If you have multiple foundations lying around, try playing around with them and mixing them, because you really never know how the finish is going to turn out. It might be bomb. It might work really well for you. All right, so that took about an hour and 10 minutes. I have all my foundations in here. I've got like a boob stick foundation right there. So I tried my best to get equal amounts of everything. Some of them just poured out. Some I was like spacing out and listening to a podcast. So I'm gonna try and mix all these up really well. I have a little fork here. I'm gonna use this because I feel like that might whisk everything nicely. All right, we are back from the laboratory. It is now 1 o'clock. I took a quick chips and salsa break and now I've never been more ready. So I think we have a nice consistency going. There's a little bit of chunks in there, but I tried to really mash them all up and get it as smooth as I could. Like we got a nice little drop going there. Not too thick or thin. So overall, that was a bit of a workout, I would say. My right arm is a little bit sore, lots of chopping, lots of squeezing, lots of whisking, but I'm excited. So I'm gonna pin back my hair. Let the curls loose today. The cushion foundations were probably the hardest to get out. I kept dropping the cushion in the bowl. Some caps went flying. It was quite the hour. By the way, I haven't counted the amount of foundations yet. I'm gonna do that right after this. When I do the check-in in natural lighting, I'll tell you guys. I've already washed and prepped my skin like I usually do. I'll link those products down below what I use. But I'm gonna do half my face with a brush. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Fuzz. On the other half, a sponge. So let's start out with the brush on this side of my face. I just got way too much on a palette. I'm so excited. Ooh, I think the shade is gonna be good. The shade in the bowl looks like it is promising. It's gliding on really easily. Way too much hair right now. Going pretty far. It smells like a mix of the Wet n Wild one, like paint, and gingerbread cookies. Can't remember which one of those foundations smells like gingerbread, but one of them has a super strong gingerbread scent. This is going really far. I'm just gonna keep spreading this up to my forehead. Looking at my neck, the shade matches pretty well. My ears are always red, so we can ignore that. With the brush, it's not looking the best on my forehead at all, but maybe I can smooth that out with the sponge. Ooh, yeah, it's looking pretty bad on my nose and forehead. Ooh, uh-oh. Okay, it seems to be kind of drying down. So before it totally dries down, I'm gonna go in with a sponge and smooth it out right there. Oh, there we go. Wow, that helped a lot. That's definitely helping to smooth it out. There are some areas where it doesn't seem to really want to stick, like around my nose area. Doesn't look amazing on my forehead, but it also doesn't look horrible. I'm gonna do a sponge on the other side. I'm gonna try and use a little bit less product because it does spread really far. See what kind of coverage we get on the sponge side. And I'm gonna zoom in a second and get really up close. I never do my eye makeup first. This feels weird. I'm looking very ghostly on camera. It doesn't look that ghostly in real life. So my forehead with the sponge on this side definitely looks much less heavy than the brush side. It doesn't look too bad at all. Like it actually looks kind of good. So I turned down the lights and we're very zoomed in right now. There are certain areas where I don't love how it looks, like around my nose and the center of my forehead right here. Looks a little bit funky right there, but it has a nice radiant kind of glow to it. I need to touch up my brows. I'm really glad because my skin is on the drier side, normal to dry right now. I'm on going in month 5 of Accutane. Coverage, I would say, got high, medium, low, full coverage. If you look really up close, I mean, you can still see freckles and some redness and stuff coming through, but it did cover my scarring for the most part, and I have a few breakouts down here right now. I was expecting this to look 50 times shittier. Just for the amount of foundations I did mix in that are not my favorite, it looks pretty good. Right now it's 1:16. I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's now 1:50. We're gonna call check-in time 1:30 since that's about when I finished up with my face makeup. I did set just this part of my face with my usual Laura Geller. It's what I do every single day lately, just so that my powder products on top blend out easier. But I'm shocked. I'm a little bit shocked. I wouldn't say it looks phenomenal. Like, it doesn't look as good as my favorite foundations look on my skin. It looks good enough to the point where I would probably wear it again right now. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'm kind of curious how mixing different bases, like mixing oil and water-based foundations, how that's gonna hold up throughout the day, if we're gonna get any kind of separation. If I were to wear this again, I would definitely put on my Revlon pore filler. It's actually sitting right here. My pore reducing primer. This is bomb for helping out with those pores, and I do feel like it's emphasizing that a bit and on the center of my forehead, and it's also settling in a tiny bit to a line up here. So makeup on the rest of my face super quick. I use the BH Zodiac palette for my eyeshadows. For bronzer I use the Circa Champagne Beach. This is actually a blush, but it's a really warm bronzer, and then I kind of just tone it down with face powder over top. I went in with a tiny bit of the Jouer Adore blush duo. This is so freaking beautiful. And then this I haven't been able to put down lately, the XO Beauty Aurora highlight. My eyelashes are pure, which ones are these? Diva, I think? Yeah, pure Diva lashes. And then I put on the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip in Restorative Effects. I'm going to go count all of these foundations, which are currently sitting all over my kitchen, and show you guys a clip in natural lighting. So here's what the foundation looks like in natural lighting. Looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna zoom in. So here's the forehead I was talking about. You can see the little crease right there. I don't even know what to do with this. I think I should get like a pump bottle. I wonder how much this would fill up in a bottle. So I'm about to count all of these that are currently taking over my entire kitchen. So I just finished counting them all. 206 foundations. I was just a little off. I think I counted all those correctly, but give or take a few. Either way, pretty confident that there were over 200, which is, whoa. I just walked in foundation. There's no escaping. It is now almost 11 o'clock. Why am I having issues? It's almost 11 o'clock right now, so it's been on for about 9.5 hours. And I got out the camera at 9:30 to do this. I don't know what I just did for an hour and a half. Haven't touched up my lipstick, lashes are off. I'm breaking out. Don't know if it's from this 200 foundations. It looks okay from far away. Let's zoom in. Doesn't look horrible, just definitely doesn't look good enough right now to where I would wanna wear it again. Okay, so it kind of reminds me the way the Bare Pro sat on my skin, the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. I have a whole video on that. So as you can see, it's like creased quite a bit right on the center of my forehead. Up here you can still see the line. It's still looking better on camera, I think. It looks pretty textured up there. It looks a tad cakey, and then it's definitely rubbed off in certain areas on my face. I don't think I've had my hand on my face a whole lot today, but yeah, it's rubbed off in certain areas. Still really don't like how it looks around my nose. I didn't get any upper lip creasing, so that's good, but I don't particularly like how it looks around my nose. I feel like it just didn't stick to certain parts. Like, look, it's almost completely off around my pores. Overall, I still think this was a relatively positive experience considering what we could have had with 206 foundations. Do I like it enough to where I would wear it again? Probably not, but I think I am gonna put it in a pump, and I don't know, Project Beauty Share, do you accept this? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm actually posting this tomorrow, so I gotta start editing this right now. So I hope you guys liked seeing whatever just happened. It was an experience. I will say that I have foundation on parts of my apartment that the foundation never even touched. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to turn on the bell. The YouTube subscription feed is so wonderful. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.